Hey, good morning, friends. It's Joe. Welcome to my scripture reflection for Thursday, October the 23rd. Hope all is well with you on this Thursday morning. As you can see, I'm still battling this thing, whatever it is, but as I always say, it is what it is, so I will continue to battle it. I'd like to offer our prayer today for the innocent ones in any conflict. Let's be honest, regardless of the conflict, whether it's Gaza and Israel, Ukraine and Russia, whatever it might be, whatever side you might be taking, which is totally each person's prerogative, there are innocent ones on the other side. Certainly, we know for sure there's innocent animals, and I applaud all those who are taking care of them. But there's innocent people and animals on all sides of a dispute. And I'd like to offer our prayer today for them. Thank you. I would also ask you, as I always do, to quiet your minds and hearts as we prepare to hear today's gospel from St. Luke chapter 12, verses 49 to 53. Jesus said to his disciples, I have come to set the earth on fire, and how I wish it were already blazing. There is a baptism with which I must be baptized, and how great is my anguish until it is accomplished. Do you think that I have come to establish peace on the earth? No, I tell you, but rather division. From now on, a household of five will be divided, three against two, and two against three. A father will be divided against his son, and a son against his father, a mother against her daughter, and a daughter against her mother, a mother in law against her daughter in law, and a daughter in law against her mother in law. It's very odd, or it seems very odd, for us to hear Jesus, of all individuals, people, God, talking about division, that he brings division to the world. But as I always say, Jesus tells us things and then he wants us to use our minds to go further in the interpretation and how important this is. Now, let's start with the fact that he brings the analogy of fire to the world. Oftentimes, we only think of fire as being negative, but fire is very healing, isn't it? Fire is necessary to warm us in the winter. Fire is necessary for those in the woods to heat up some vegetables or whatever the case may be so that they can eat and stay warm. Fire is also healing in nature. But division, you may think, is not. But it is. It is. Without getting into deep specifics, I clearly remember two very distinct situations in my early work career at Bell Atlantic, now Verizon. They were absolutely struck with a division between myself and another individual. It was not pretty. One was directly related to labor relations, which I was part of. The other one was just part of a work situation, if you will. Both divisions looked as if they were never going to heal. But not only did they heal, they healed and came back stronger. Both of them. Both of them healed and came back stronger. Sometimes we must go through the division to see on the other end a healing and a stronger way of life for all involved. And this is only possible when we, both sides, ourselves and the other, stay dedicated and stay focused on that possible outcome. When you put in your mind that it will not happen, it will not happen. But let's face it, Jesus knows this himself, doesn't he? He knows this with Peter, who he had serious issues with. Get behind me, Satan. And then he's leading the church of all things. And he knows this with others as well. And we know it with Jesus, don't we? We sometimes have a division with him, whether it's through a loss or a difficult situation in our life. And can it come back stronger? It absolutely can. And it does. So division isn't necessarily a bad thing, my friends. When we put our minds to it, clearly separate out our emotions and ego, and say, I am going to work towards making this a stronger bond going forward. And then it is absolutely worth the time, worth the division, and yeah, worth the fire as well, that can start out as being damaging but can absolutely lead to healing. Well, my friends, that's my message for you on this Thursday. As always, I hope it was helpful. As always, I welcome and appreciate your comments and your thoughts. And as always, I appreciate your presence here with me. I want to wish you and your loved ones a very blessed Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And I look forward to seeing you back here on Sunday with another scripture reflection. Until then, take good care and think about the divisions in your life, where they have been and where they can go. God bless you.